Welcome everybody to It Tastes Different Game News. What we're going to do in the news? Well, Phil is talking about Call of Duty. Phil Spencer, Xbox head and just giant head and a coat overall, is talking about Call of Duty parity on all platforms. Xbox, as you know, has recently completed their purchase of Activision Blizzard King. So that means Call of Duty is theirs now for at least 10 years, which is, I believe, what all the contracts that they've signed with everybody have listed at. Since the merger was completed, a lot of people are still kind of like, oh, Microsoft and Xbox is going to keep, Call of Duty only on their platforms. They're going to make exclusive stuff just for them. They're going to have, Spawn and Master Chief as their secret characters or some crap. Yeah, there's a lot of junk going on around online. And Phil is trying to reaffirm to everybody that he confirms that there will be 100% parity of content for Call of Duty across all platforms. Nintendo, PC, PlayStation, MacBook, I don't know. Everybody's going to get the same Call of Duty content. Now, he's saying there won't be exclusive betas just for Xbox or just for PlayStation or anything like that, which over the last several years has been exclusively on PlayStation, which I'm really cool with that. I'm a firm believer in that, and I'm okay with it. If you have a multi-platform, game, then it should be multi-platform betas and whatnot. Phil has been going through this ever since they announced they wanted to talk about, or since they wanted to purchase Activision Blizzard King, and telling everybody, no, we don't want to keep it just on us for right now. They want to make it multi-platform, and for what they spent, they need to. And Call of Duty itself was at the center of the merger. The FTC, PlayStation, Jim Ryan from PlayStation, his emails coming out and basically throwing temper tantrums like a child about this merger, saying it'll hurt PlayStation and all that. PlayStation is getting rid of Jim Ryan, or he's leaving on his own. But it's nice to see Phil out there trying to get people to understand that they're going to keep their word on this. Now, they've signed contracts, so whether or not these contracts consist of what he's speaking of, saying, hey, PlayStation, hey, PC, hey, Nintendo, I get a beta, you get a beta, you get a beta, you get a beta, everybody get a beta. So, people need to calm down on that. Call of Duty on PlayStation was never going to go anywhere because it's too much of a powerhouse. Now, I do think that the Activision deal purchase from Microsoft is going to hurt the series just in sales, because you have people that are diehard fanboys and that really believe Call of Duty is a PlayStation console game, not Xbox, not PC. There's a lot of people just weird like that. So, but Phil's out there getting the good word out, saying, hey, I've not tried to take it away from anybody. I think that's a good thing. I think keeping that parity. Now, granted, there's a big difference between PC, Xbox, Xbox, PlayStation, and then you have Nintendo back there. So I think there's going to have to be some oddities happening, because Nintendo Switch, the way it is right now, I don't know if it can do. I don't know if there'll be enough parity in it because the console's so weak. I don't know if they can do a full parity, just like the Series S is hard to keep parity with. So, but that's just my thought. What about you, Nick? I mean, do you think Xbox can keep full parity across the board?
Who cares?
You couldn't do it with Baldur's Gate. I care. Lots of gamers care.
Apparently,
Bastard.
This franchise is still going on. People still care about it. I think what Phil Spencer is saying is that not necessarily that every version of the game across the board is going to be the same as far as like graphical and technical limitations. I think what he's talking about is saying like there's not going to be any exclusivity. Kind of like you were talking about, no betas over here, not over there. Not skins for you, but no skins for you. Exclusive guns, exclusive maps. Because Call of Duty's done that a lot, especially with PlayStation. They had that one Call of Duty that had those missions that no one else got. There was exclusive missions, and they've gotten exclusive skins. And even just with Modern Warfare 3, the beta first came out to PlayStation first on the first weekend. The second weekend, it was on all the consoles as well as open beta. But the first weekend, it was just PlayStation only. So, that's happened a lot. So I think Phil is just saying that, under us, that's not going to happen. Everyone's going to get the same skins, the same everything, which is good. I think that's how it should be. I hate when a game has exclusive whatever on one console and not the other. Like, I don't like that. Like, if you're going to have because to me, like the Call of Duty on PlayStation, whichever one it was that had those exclusive missions, it feels to me, it was like a mission or two missions that were exclusive. They weren't anything huge, but to me, it feels like I'm spending the same amount of money, regardless if I buy on Xbox, PC, or PlayStation, yet I'm getting a lesser experience on anything else but PlayStation, right? Because PlayStation includes 2 missions that none of the other editions include. Right. And so now I'm missing out. Right. I'm getting less of a package. I'm not getting the full package because the full package is on PlayStation. Everybody else gets the lesser package. Right. And that's what it makes me as a gamer feel like if I'm going to go out and buy a game and, oh, well, this version doesn't come with like the last half of the game because of an exclusivity deal. Well, then, it's like, why even, I feel like I'm getting screwed as a consumer. So that's good. I hope more likely Xbox is one to probably keep with that. I would say, and that's good. I think that should be across the board for every game. Like if a game is multi-platform, it should be the same. Granted, it can't be the same technically. Switch versus PlayStation or Xbox, it's going to be technically, FPS and graphical, there's limitations between the two, right? PC is going to look better in certain things than, consoles and stuff like that, right? There's going to be certain limitations and stuff like that when it comes to that. And that's not a problem, but it's the skins and the guns and the maps and the modes and various things like that get exclusively cut for one thing or the other that I don't like, right? I think if you're going to be multi-platform, you should be the same game across the board, have the same skins, have the same stuff, things like that, right? Same pre-order bonuses and stuff. Like there shouldn't be an exclusive PlayStation skin on the PlayStation version. I mean, they could do that, right? If they wanted to do that, if every version of the game had its own exclusive skin, right? If they had like a PlayStation themed skin for the PlayStation user and an Xbox themed skin, when you pre-order the game, something like that for the Xbox, a Switch themed skin for the Switch, and some sort of PC's themed skin or something like that. If they wanted to do something like that, that's fine, right? Because everybody gets something, right? No one's getting left out. Sure, there's different skins, but everybody's able to get something exclusive to their console, right? A skin, but everyone's getting equal. Whereas, if PlayStation just gets, or Xbox or whoever just gets their own thing and no one else gets it, I don't like that regardless of what it is. So I think Xbox will keep with that type of stuff, that parity as far as being the same content across the board. I think they will keep with that. So.
See, I don't think it's possible to be fully parodied across the consoles, especially the consoles. So, just as an example, Xbox stated parity between X and S. Okay. And they've been doing that. But they had to break away from that with Baldur's Gate 3 because the Series S, they were having issues developing the I believe it was the co-op, the split screen co-op.
Yeah, it was a split screen.
So I
But
don't know. I don't know.
think that's what he's talking about, though.
But think about it this way, though. If you even set yourself modes. So let's say you got a mode here and a mode here. One mode just will not work on the Switch. I mean, which is more powerful, the Series S or the Nintendo Switch?
I'm surprised that the Switch even signed a 10-year contract for Call of Duty. When was the last Call of Duty that was on the Switch? Was it Modern Warfare 2 on the Switch?
I don't think so. I don't remember it being on the Switch, and I don't know anybody who would have played it on the Switch. I mean, and that's not to be mean. It's just the Pro Controller for the Switch is a damn good controller. But when I play Call of Duty, I think about I like the single player myself. So I think about the stunning effects and graphics and, particle effects.
Right.
And Nintendo, they're not really well known for their powerhouse on their Switch.
Yeah, so I looked it up. Like, there has not been a Call of Duty game on Switch. So maybe they're talking about the Switch 2, right? Now the Switch 2 might maybe because Microsoft and might and Sony as well may know more about the Switch 2 than we do, probably do, right? And so when Microsoft's probably talking to Nintendo, it may have been for them saying like, hey, we're making a new console, it's going to be pretty powerful, we'll be able to put Call of Duty on it because we can't put it on our current Switch, but we'll be able to do it on Switch 2, because so can we sign a contract to bring Call of Duty to our Switch 2, right? And that might be where they could have, as far as graphical modes or whatever, they could have parity in that sense.
Yeah, because the rumor is that the Switch 2 is on par with PlayStation 4. So
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One X, I think, right? Or or one, yeah, One X or one,
yeah, whatever it is,
whatever it is, yeah,
yeah. So then I could see it more, but even then, it's and that's, I'm not dogging on Switch. I love my Switch. Can't wait to play the new Mario, but those are the things that concern me. We always come across articles where the Series S is holding back development because it's just so much more inferior compared to the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X. And I would assume it's probably more powerful than the Switch, though. Don't know. I'm not a big tech guy. So the Switch 2 would make sense. Modern Warfare 3 going to Switch 2, I could see it a lot better, especially if it's at least on par with PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. So, I guess we're just going to take that with a grain of salt till, the first officially licensed Microsoft Call of Duty game comes out. Hopefully that won't take too long either. Because
and we don't know when this 10-year contract starts, right? We don't know when that actually starts. I don't know if it starts when the purchase gone through or if it doesn't start till another 5 years from now, right?
Yeah. Does it start when the first Xbox owned Call of Duty comes out?
It depends on what the agreement said, right? So we don't know what the agreement said. No. We just know that they signed one, but when does that agreement start? Who knows?
But I do like the fact that Nintendo and Microsoft always seem to work well with each other. They're very praising each other. I would really like to see some Mario jump into Call of Duty. That would be awesome. Just take it out Luigi and Yoshi, and that would be cool. They just did a little cameo together. Microsoft could give them some Master Chief on something. Maybe the vampire from Redfall. I don't care. They can get rid of him. And then bring us some Luigi and Mario. That'd be cool.
You know what they should do is they should put Call of Duty in Mario Kart.
Call a cart.
Every time when you lap someone or you take someone out with your bazooka, you take them out 3 times, you can call in your Pelican missile to airstrike or something.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, we'll have to do a whole thing on games we'd love to see crossover. But yeah, I think that I think Phil's out there doing the right thing by gamers, trying to knock out some of that worry, and he's been really good about trying to get that out there the entire time. But some people are so fanboyed over their Xboxes and PlayStations, they don't listen. They're not paying attention because legally he can't do 90% of what they think he's going to do because they're contracted. I mean, that's just plain and simple. They made deals with the governments, not governments, to try to relieve some of those worries that they had. So,
right.
But
and you got to call balls and strikes with all these companies. You can't be a fanboy
yes.
to one or the other.
Yep.
I mean, we do that here. If Microsoft, Sony, or Nintendo do something great, we praise them for it, and then if they do something bad, we bash them on the head for doing bad things. They all do bad things, and sometimes they do good things. So we call it out when those things happen.
Yep, and you should. Gaming developers, publishers, they are just like any other business or corporation. You've got to put them on high notice that you're not going to tolerate certain things. Use your wallet to say, you know what, you're not getting my money. You're not going to get my time. Every company needs that mentality shoved on them, especially game developers, because they make my passions, and my passions are important. So, but I think we've given Phil enough limelight for the day. You have anything else you want to add? All right. Well, what do you think? Do you think Phil's going to keep his word? Microsoft's going to keep their word? I mean, they're contractually obligated, so we'll have to see. Call of Duty is not the only game in their repertoire now, so that would be something I'd like to actually hear more about, because we know Call of Duty is going to be everywhere. It's too big. But what about the other games? What about the little guys? Where are they going to be? What are Microsoft going to do? Are they going to parody them out there too? I mean, they're going to be parody hoes. What are they going to do? Let us know what you think. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, notifications, all the good stuff I tell you every video. And until next time, see ya.